Hi, this is Attorney Nicole Christie from the Christie Law Firm, where we work hard to make families stronger. Today I want to talk to you about the reunification process. So if your children have been removed, I want to give you some perspectives about the process itself. So we do have other videos, and I do talk to you from a objective point of view and just explaining the legal process behind it. But I want to talk to you from a parent's perspective. And so there are some things that I have seen, and so I want to give you some advice about what it's like and what some of the things that you might have to deal with and the best way to get through that portion of the process until the kids come home. So after the kids have been removed and the court process starts and it becomes, ongoing with court dates, there are not as many that happen after the beginning and those first set of court dates, but it still goes on in the background. And then you have this middle period where you're just doing the things necessary, those specific steps that got ordered, you're complying with that. But there comes a time where they have to review what they call the permanency plan. What is the plan for the child? And this is done in court. When the child is removed, the court actually sets this date. It is a mandate, it's a law that this review happens. And so when kids come into foster care, they're not allowed to just languish in foster care without a plan. Years and years ago, before this law was enacted, kids would go into foster care and sometimes they would just age out, and really there was no plan or no one checking on that plan. So times have changed, and so now it is mandated that the court review the permanency plan for the child, what's going to happen to the child. And so that date is very, very critical. It typically happens by the ninth month the child has been in care. They set that date. And so if at that point reunification doesn't look possible, it is an issue. And so you want to make sure that that ninth month comes and you are absolutely ready. If the kids aren't home by then, that it's really close for them to come home. So keep that in mind, that our suggestion and our recommendation is that the kids be home within the first 6 to 9 months. Anytime after that, it gets harder because then the courts start to see, well, what's been going on all this time? Because if 9 months have gone by and there's been no progress, that is an issue. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm not saying that so that you can give up. I'm saying that so you know that this clock is forever ticking, that no matter what you do, time is going to march on and this date is going to come up. And at that point, DCF has to write a report to the court saying, here's the plan. What you want them to be able to say is reunification is still the plan. But if they don't see any progress, if their treatment hasn't even started, if the visits have been spotty and the attendance at anything that was recommended has been a problem, it could be that DCF says no, reunification shouldn't happen. And then the battle is even harder to get the kids back. So keep that in mind, that there's always going to be this permanency date. You want to be ahead of that permanency date. You want the kids home long before they have to go back into court. It is a great thing when I can see that the permanency date is marked off the calendar because the kids are already home. We are so excited when we see that kids have come back home. And I want you to be encouraged that it is possible to get the kids back before that permanency date. But just always know that the time is going to keep marching on and the laws are going to dictate that this review happens, and it will happen. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life, it's going to happen. And so I just encourage you to stay focused on getting them home, stay focused on those treatment recommendations, stay focused on your visits, so when that day comes, you can probably say, hey, they are already home or they're close to coming home. If you need any assistance in any part of this process, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'll do our best to help you. We do have other videos dealing with DCF, and so anything that we can do to encourage, to inspire, to educate, that's what we're here for. Take care.